all the odds provided by Fox Bet Sportsbook. Here we go, our Blazing Five.
That's a hot one.
Let's blaze it up.
Fire it up.
It's Colin's Blazing Five. Chargers and Bengals.
I'm going to take the Chargers and the points. I made a lot of money betting against the Chargers this year, but outside of Minnesota, the Chargers play more close games than any team in the NFL. And Justin Herbert this year, top 5 in virtually everything. Completions, first downs, passing touchdowns. The Bengals are a really good team, coming off their most dominating performance in 20 years over the Steelers. Regression to the mean, they'll pull back. By the way, the Bengals are 4-0 this year against the Steelers, the Jaguars, and the Lions. They're 3-4 against everybody else. Burrow's been sacked 20 or 13 times over the last month, second most in the league, and the Chargers have a pass rush. I think it's a fun, entertaining game. Chargers take the points, win it outright, upset, 27-26.
Eagles at Jets.
Favorite bet of the week, I love Philadelphia -6.5. It's the best rushing team in the league, which is remarkable. It's all about Jalen Hurts. They don't have a single player with a 100-yard rushing game this year, and yet they lead the NFL in rushing. And they lead it in rushing yards, touchdown, rushing differential. It's not even close. This is a Jalen Hurts story. If you haven't faced him, he's a handful. They've outrushed their opponents by 130 yards per game over the last 5 games. Nobody in the NFL is even in the hundreds. And the Jets defense is the worst scoring defense in the NFL, second worst yards per play. Philadelphia is going to go in there, dominate the clock, be a nightmare for the Jets defense, take the Eagles to win handily 33-23.
Ravens at Steelers.
Folks, these games are always close. What's my rule? When good organizations are humiliated, take them the next week. Pittsburgh +4. I'm going with them. Since John Harbaugh arrived in Baltimore, the average Steeler-Raven difference in a game is 1 point. This is one of the best rivalries in football. 6 of the last 7 Steeler games decided by 1 possession. The Ravens' offense is struggling. It can be awful. Held under 18 points in 4 of their last 5 games. Lamar Jackson, 4 picks last week. His turnovers have gone way up this year. He's in a rut. He's in a slump. And the Steelers and Mike Tomlin are a proud defense and a proud organization. The Ravens' defense, by the way, allows 6 yards a play. Najee Harris is going to have a little bit of himself an afternoon. If you play fantasy football, I think he's going to have a good afternoon. I'm going to take an upset, take the point. Steelers over Baltimore, 23-21.
Broncos at Chiefs.
Everybody loves Andy Reid and a bye. Doesn't mean he covers the spread. Kansas City's become one of the worst against the spread teams in the league, even off a bye. And the Broncos defense this year, Vic Fangio, is outstanding. It's a really good defense. 9 points is way too many for a rivalry game in division. Opposing quarterbacks' passer ratings this year against Denver's 82. And Mahomes' passer rating in 4 of his last 5 games is 80 or below. I like Kansas City to win here. But this is a rivalry game. An excellent defensive staff. Good personnel. I think it's choppy. I take the Chiefs to win 26-23, but 9 is way too many points here.
Patriots at Bills.
Depends on the line, but right now it's Buffalo -2.5 at home in a snowstorm. I'm going to take Buffalo in that instance. Now, earlier in the week, it was a bigger number, but at 2.5, I'll take Buffalo. Listen, their defense is great, and it's going to be a snowstorm. Okay, their defense this year is first or second in yards, points, opposing passer rating, and the weather is bad. So a defense has the curtain of bad weather behind it. Josh Allen, 7 games with 100-plus passer rating. By the way, last year against the Patriots, 2-0, 5 TDs, 1 picks. Belichick has struggled in the last couple games against Josh Allen. I am taking, this is really feels like it was going to be Buffalo's division, and here comes the rookie quarterback, and I think the snow and the Bills push back. New England struggles to move the ball. 27 Buffalo, 20 New England. I'm not a huge fan of snow games unless it helps me in betting. But I will say this weekend, I think that's going to be fun. I think that's going to be the game of the weekend. So I'm going to take some underdogs, the Chargers, the Steelers, the Broncos, underdogs, and the favorite Eagles, my favorite pick of the week. And I'll take the Bills -2.5. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.